Welcome to Values You Can Use. And today is a very red themed day for a reason. Well, I'm in red, she's kind of matching because of all the colors in the background. It's about love. That's the value which we will talk about today. And that does not actually need much support from Scripture, but let's go to it anyway. One of our favorites is John 13:35, which says this: "By this all men will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." It's amazing how the word used that Jesus says as a distinct feature for those that follow Him is that word love, not anything else but love. So it's important. Let's see how we can apply this in our homes.
Well, I think it's a perfect place to apply it when it comes to your home because, you know, when you have a lot of siblings, like our kids have a lot of siblings, so they really need to practice loving one another, which is really a choice. And I remember there was a time when our third son was kind of difficult because he likes to move around a lot, he's explorative, and so our older son said, "Mom, I really have a hard time with Titus." And I told my older son, "Honey, you have an opportunity to really love your brother and be a good example to him and to reach out to him, and it's going to make a big difference in his life." And he decided to change his attitude, and he decided to really reach out to Titus and to love him and to include him in their playing. And Titus has become one of the sweetest children. You would agree, right? And that's by God's grace. But I think we've taught our kids to look out for each other. And even when it comes to, like, let's say crossing the street or when we travel together, we assign them to a buddy within the family. And they're responsible for each other, to look out for each other, to serve one another, to be kind to each other. The family context is a perfect place to teach our children what it really means to love each other and love one another unconditionally, even when it's difficult.
Right, and apart from the practical tips that Joy gave of how to do it amongst the children, one of my favorite principles that I learned from my own father is he said you cannot tell your children you love them unless you love your spouse first. They need to see that that is present. So, you know, my wife and I love her. We have this date night that we do, even through the 5 seasons of children. We would have date nights together for the most part, and the children would sometimes cry, you know, when they're much younger especially. They're like, "Mommy, we don't want you to go," or "Daddy, we don't want you to go." We tell them, "Kids, we need to preserve this. We need to spend time with each other because in order for us to show you that we love you, we need to show that we love each other first." Now, it goes without saying that even higher than that is the love that we have with Christ or God first. That will now translate into the love that we have for each other and into the love that we have for our children. So guard your date night, love your spouse so that your children can see it and that they might experience your love for them too. I love you, baby.
I love you.
God bless.